What's up to all the leaders and future leaders of excellence out there? I'm your host, Adric. This is Sham. And we're back. And y'all back with another episode of the F.L.O.E Podcast. And today, we're with our special guest,
Lil Chetta. Lilchettata.
Y'all heard it from them, man. Make sure y'all follow him right now. And we'll wait. I don't think y'all did it yet. We'll wait again.
By the way, link is in the description.
All you gotta do is just click it. But yeah, follow him at Lil Chetta. And we got a special video for today. Now I'm gonna let Sham take over to hit him with the starter question. So go ahead, Sham.
Alright, so this starter question is gonna be a little bit, it's gonna have you thinking a little, right? So while we were on the trip here, we had a friend, we had to drop her off. But it was this like moral question, right? So say you're driving and next thing you know, you're on your phone, whatever you're doing, your little distraction, you hit somebody, right? And so you get out of the car and you walk over and then you see another lady in tears, right? Because she thought she hit that person when in fact you did. So your decision is, do you let her take the time for thinking that she hit the person? Or you knowing that you hit them, will you take the time and take the blame rather than her?
If I'm being honest, if my car still moves, I'm out of there. But that's just how I feel based off of my experiences with getting car accidents and dealing with the courts and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Like the judge is not really hearing nothing you saying. They kind of rude. And I'm not a fan of that. So that would probably be the only reason why. But in the moment, I would probably go tell her like, "No, I did it," or I would wait for her to figure it out. Like, how do you think you? You know what I'm saying? I'd probably be mad at her for even thinking that she hit them. Like, look at my car. Why are you?
So at that point, so you're taking the blame, is that what you're saying? Okay.
I can see both.
It look different for me because I ain't taking blame. She thinks she did, so I'm just let her think she did. And I'm gone. I value my life. I can't do the time. I can't do it. My life too valuable for that.
That's what I thought you were going with too, because you said if your car's still running, you'd probably go.
I probably would, like now, but like before, if I didn't go through all that, I probably would have stayed. And I don't know, like it's a like an in a moment type thing. It depends. If it was my car, like if I went under my dad's name or nothing like that, I'm leaving. But my car right now is in his name. It's not in my name yet, so I would stay.
Makes sense.
Either way, I'm gone. Either way, I'm out of there. I ain't staying.
I mean, you got a podcast going. You got so many things.
Exactly.
Why stay?
We got the merch coming soon. Hey, like we always say, stay tuned because we got merch is coming real soon. But before we do that, y'all go follow the F.L.O.E Podcast right now. Go follow it because I know y'all watching. Some of y'all might not even be watching. Might not even be following us on Instagram, or better yet, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Just go up the F.L.O.E. Because I know most of y'all watching right now, because we check the views all the time. Y'all ain't subscribed to the channel, so make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. A giveaway is also coming too. Stay tuned to that.
We'll talk about that at the end of the video. But coming back to one key thing, and you guys probably noticed this in the video too, shoes. Can you talk to us a little bit about your design here? What was the thought process?
There's this rap group in New York. There's 2 members called City Morgue. And they're like heavy metal, but like it's rap. Like 6ix9ine, but not 6ix9ine, like actual 6ix9ine, like he a joke type. So they had these, I seen these shoes in the music video. And then I saw another pair of shoes. He had like some Nikes, but he had like some Jeremy Scott bones on it, like on the laces. And I saw that and I decided to put those 2 ideas together on these shoes. Because to me, these shoes are ugly without all the stuff on them. So I just put a bunch of stuff on it to make it look like they're ugly on purpose. You know what I mean? Because the shoe by itself with all the stuff up is ugly to me.
So how do you think that changes the perspective? Like if people see it, they're like, "Oh, this looks bad," but like, do you tend to explain it to them? "Oh, this is why I did it"?
I get compliments on these shoes a lot. So to me, like if I would have kept the stuff off and just wore them, a lot of people would ask like, what brand is that? Like, like what are those type of energy? But like older people know about these shoes. They came out like 2001. So like older people know about these shoes. And when I put all the stuff about it, everybody else seemed interested with the stuff on it. Like I don't get any negative reactions really from people see it.
All right, so being that you have your own clothing brand, 'cause I heard you say you have your own clothing brand, and being that you did customize these shoes yourself, do I see maybe a shoe coming out real soon from your brand? Or not even real soon, but just coming out in general.
I want to do a shoe, but like I don't want to do. Everybody's remaking Jordan 1s and Air Forces right now. I don't want to. I want to. If I'm gonna do it, because that's the theme of streetwear right now. Everybody doing it. If I'm gonna do it, I want to create my own silhouette, but I can't draw, so I would have to talk to somebody about drawing that for me. And I don't even like doing that because I feel like I kind of gave some of the designer power to them by letting them draw it,
Yeah.
But at the same time, I can't draw, so.
Would you be willing to learn how to draw?
No.
Why?
Because I can graphic design, and I always wanted to draw, but I always knew I was not going. That's not me. Like,
Yeah.
And I don't like learning certain things if I'm not already kind of nice,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't draw at all. So.
So you want to elevate it and not like start from the bottom and do like that. Okay, I got you. I mean, I can't draw neither, but I love a sweet design. So
Yeah.
I mean, but tell the viewers a little bit about your merch, though. What you got your brand.
Me and my friend Jose, we was playing this game. It's like a real competitive game. It's like it's called CS:GO, real competitive game. And while we was playing, we was getting kind of nice around this time. We was playing. After we did a nice play in the game or something, we would just be like, "Oh, that play crispy," or that was a crispy play. We just kept saying it. It became a little joke on the game. It was like a little recurring theme, like a little joke on the game. And then we also wanted to start a little clothing brand to try to get some money. So I was like, we might as well just call it Crispy Brand. And I got a little chicken logo as the logo of the brand because I felt like my whole life, like people always like took me as a joke. But to a certain point, they had to start to take me serious. And I wanted the brand to be like that. It's going to be a joke at first, but they're going to have to take it serious because we're going to drop some heat. Like, you can't ignore it,
This little beanie, this part of your merch right here.
Yeah, this beanie on my head. But it's old up.
Is there anywhere where we can find this brand, or is it just like...
It's on Instagram.
On Instagram?
Yeah.
You got an Instagram channel?
Crispy_brand. But that's it. That's just on Instagram.
Yeah, right there. Make sure y'all go look that up right now. See what y'all like. You got some beanies. So if y'all interested in beanies, y'all feel like that's a part of y'all style, go ahead and support my boy right here.
And once again, that was crispy_brand, right?
Yeah.
On Instagram.
Indeed.
All right. So what's the progress so far on the brand, though?
The brand, it was more like when I was in school, I don't like school. Like I didn't like school at all. So me working on the brand was like a little distraction from school. That's what motivated me, the fact that I didn't want to rely on my academic performance to be successful at anything. I just wanted to have some source of income like early so I could just not have to worry about going to school or going to get an actual job, So I just started in 10th grade trying to get some money coming in. Like it looked easy. They make it look easy, but nothing ain't never like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
So how rough was the process starting off?
Like you wanna drop shirts, but like it's hard to drop shirts. If you want to do it the right way. I don't want my brand to be a joke, like an actual joke. I want it to look like something.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to. So it was hard to figure out who to talk to get my stuff made the way I wanted it to get made. That was probably the hardest part. And then after that, the hype was there. Like the people wanted my stuff when it came out. Like everybody in the school, I was walking to school with the hats in my backpack. Like no Chromebook, no work, none of that. Just the hats. And they were selling. People was finding me during one lunch. That's like a lunch where you just get to run the whole school. Mm-hmm. So people was finding me during that, trying to get the hats. I was making some money too. Like it was cool amount of money. But it was hard to. It's hard to consistently keep the stuff coming as much as people want. They'll come to you in wintertime and say they want hoodies. Yeah. You can't get the hoodies like that. It's gonna take some time. It's gonna take a couple months just for y'all to even get on the same page about the design and the cost. It's gonna take a couple months. Mm-hmm. And then you got to get the sample to make sure they made it right or weigh the right weight. Like they trying to make money too, so they gonna play with you if you don't know what you're talking about. You might get something that's thin.
Yeah.
So I learned terms like GSM. GSM is like the weight of your clothes. It's like a different term for that. Mm-hmm. So if you don't know what that means, and they say GSM to you this, and this, and you say yeah, you're gonna get something that's super thin. You didn't want that, so it's like that was a thing too.
Do you think like that's very like a lot of companies do that, just try and like scam you out of that in that sense?
Not a lot of them up there, because on the site that I use, it connects me to all the manufacturers across the world. So like, it just tells you which ones is funny and which ones is already like official. So you don't even got to worry about like getting scammed out of that type of stuff. It's just more so the quality that you got to look out for it. But it's not even that they're trying to scam you. It's just that they're not gonna enhance what you got if you won't tell them to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they will they'll do exactly what you say as long as you're very descriptive. Like,
So in that case, I mean, I know that's like very, especially with like overseas manufacturers, they're very picky on that too. Because of course, like you said, they're just trying to make money and trying to sell you something as cheap as possible, right? No, my bad, expensive as possible. So in that case, I mean, you knowing this now, what did it take for you to get learn that, to get that experience down? Or how long did it take as well?
I was trying to start a brand in like middle school, but I didn't understand how to learn about stuff. It's hard to like there's certain industries that's kind of like closed off. So you can't just look it up and figure out how to get in there. You got to look it up, but you have to look it up with prior knowledge. So I had to like go on YouTube and watch videos there, and then take bits and pieces of information from that, and then use that to search for information, and that open up. Or you can even ask them questions too. Like I start asking questions like, what does that mean, and stuff like that. Like when you talking to them, it's not a professional conversation. There's like a language barrier, so they're using slang and not knowing that they're using slang. So you kind of just talk regular, like how you would text. So it's like you can ask questions. It's not a problem. It's like you can hit up the company and they'll assign you a specific person. So you talking to a person. It's not somebody who's acting as the company. You talking to an actual person.
So like going a little bit backwards to you selling the hats in high school, right? And I wasn't sure. You said you didn't like learning too, right? So did certain people have like a different mindset? Were they trying to like push you down, saying, oh, "Don't do this, focus on this, etc.?" Like, did you have those type of people?
Like not really. Like everybody around me knew what it was. Like I always had since like 8th grade when I found out that a D wasn't family. Oh, they shouldn't have told me that. Had D's ever since then on the report card. Everybody knew what it was with me. Like as long as I get that 64, I'm cool. So everybody was real supportive of the clothing thing. Like they liked that idea.
Okay.
I mean, but he ain't lying though, cause like you gotta think in this corporate society that we all live in now, nobody's looking at what grade you got in this class, what grade you got in that class. As long as you got a diploma, as long as you got a degree, that's pretty much what they're looking at. So, I mean, you still passing at the end of the day. It's not like you fell in the class. So, I mean, it took me to get to the collegiate level to say, all right, even though I'll never be satisfied because I always try to achieve or excel in everything I do and try to achieve the best score I can as possible, but sometimes you just realize that as long as I'm passing, that's pretty much all that matters. I'm not failing.
We already know what this is going back to.
I mean, we ain't even got to mention because they know, we all know. Just I gotta say it.
We have to clarify. We can't just leave them.
Oh, you don't know what we talking about? Oh, we talking about calculus. Calculus, I'm telling you, I mean, y'all already know college calculus is not. It ain't easy. It might be easy to some, but it ain't easy to me. Me and Sham, it was nice where what we was doing? We in swim as our library at William Mary. We in the library studying for hours and hours and hours to take an exam or take a quiz and not even pass it. I'm calling Sham late night talking about, did you get this answer to this? And we thinking we understand it till we get in the class, or we taking a quiz, or like I said, we taking an exam and then boom, we failing it. Like we not even getting scores that we thinking since we finished, oh, that means we knew something. Whole time we getting 60s, maybe less than that. But I mean, like you say, but after that class, I just realized at the end of the day when I check my banner, I still get all credit for that whole class, even though I failed the exam or maybe I didn't get the best score that I was looking for in the exam. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to just keep like shamelessly plugging things, but an episode's coming up where we actually talk to a Calc 2 professor from William & Mary. So we're going to ask him about all this stuff, ask him about these grades too, how that plays out. So keep an eye out for that too. But like I said, plugs aside, going back to how was, like I know you said people were very supportive, especially with the hats and everything, and now you're doing beanies now too. Are you still doing hats, beanies? Is there anything else that you're also doing?
To be honest, I ain't dropped nothing since I was like 11th grade. I ain't dropped nothing since then. I just been designing stuff, really. I got stuff, but it's not to the quality I want. I had some socks. The socks was too thin. I'm not selling that. Like, it was cheap though. I mean, I ain't paid too much. I ain't really losing much. I got socks now. Like, I got a bunch of socks, but I've been making stuff. It just comes. It's not what I want. This was supposed to drop too, but it's thin. It's not supposed to be like this.
Yeah.
This supposed to be embroidered and it's supposed to look like one of them NBA fan jerseys. That's what I wanted it to look like. 3D embroidered on it. This thin, like this sublimation. I don't, so this never dropped.
I ain't gonna lie, I remember in middle school too when we was about to do that 3-on-3 tournament that you was talking about at the rest and you had made jerseys. Did you make them?
I did make these. The jerseys from back then? Oh yeah, I didn't make those, no.
I mean, we never get it going either, but you know.
That was like a little, everybody was with it thing, and then never happened.
Yeah.
Stop talking about it.
We did. Stop talking.
That's it? Just after that?
Nothing else? After that, well, not much. It was just, he brought it up, he was like, and at first, when he first said it, we like, yeah. But it just died off for pretty much. It was just another thought that, like I say, that don't really get put to action.
Yeah. Well, I want to ask you this, and you don't have to go into it, of course, because I know it's like it might be a little like personal to the company. But like, how do you go about, especially with samples, right? You know, there's definitely going to be samples that are not to your quality. So how do you go about getting like? Do you worry about funding and things like that?
Usually the sample is free. You just got to pay for the shipping. So if you don't like the sample, they'll cover it next time. They're gonna cover that shipping next time, or you can send it back and get all the money back, whatever the case may be. But they work with you on the samples if you don't like it.
And this is for like overseas manufacturers. Do you usually use like? Actually, I don't want to get into details if you don't want to.
It's cool. Yeah, it's cool.
Because what we were thinking too with our merch, because right now we went with a friend of ours who's working with Fresh Prince. I don't know if you've heard of them, but they're just doing clothing for the Greek life and things like that. And so they're expensive, like almost $400 for just like 30 shirts. 30 shirts. Mm-hmm. And like looking at overseas manufacturers, you could get 30 shirts for less than that, far less, like even less than 100.
Yeah.
So looking into that, how would you say if someone wants to start their clothing brand, what should they look at first?
They should try to get the quantity up, get the demand up, because a lot of manufacturers not gonna mess with you unless you want 100. Mm-hmm. That's the minimum for like everything and everybody. They always want you to get 100. You could talk to them and you could keep asking around for people who want to do 30 and 25. Like 25 is my number. Mm-hmm. But it's gonna take a couple different manufacturers to find the right one, and you might sacrifice some quality for that too. Like the one, some people might not work with you because you don't want enough. So I would say make sure you have enough people who want to buy your stuff. You get 100 shirts and don't do low, because they're not gonna. It's gonna be hard to find somebody who want to do it.
Yeah.
Like that's another reason I ain't do shirts. Like it's hard.
So at that point, is like a pre-order a good idea?
Like a pre-order. Even if matter of fact, you could get like one shirt and do a raffle for that one shirt. You gonna make the money back off 2 tickets for the raffle, like a shirt, a hat, something, one of one.
Have you thought about designing, like actually like getting like a heat press or actually making the shirts yourself instead of like going through a company or something like that, overseas company?
My mom, she do all that stuff. She make shirts. She makes shirts for people. She got her own company. She makes shirts with. Well, it's her company. Like she makes shirts all in the house. Like as soon as you walk in the door, heat press right there. Heat press for the cups. Bunch of cups that's plain, ready to be, stuff to put on a bunch of shirts. Like she do that. But she made me some stuff, but right now it's peeling. Like heat transfer is not the best.
Yeah.
So, like I don't want my stuff to ever peel. Like I want it to stay. It could fade in the washing machine. That's normal, kind of. It could fade, but I don't want nothing peeling off the shirt. Like I want it to be something that if it gets big in 20 years, that first shirt that we drop might be something. I don't want it to be like it's peeling up or nothing like that. And I looked in a screen print too. We had a screen print thing in my class where I spent most of the time working on the brand. but I didn't want to screen print. You gotta like,
Yeah,
I'm not doing none of that. I don't have time, or I don't think I would trust myself.
Too, like,
yeah,
exactly.
Shake
your hands. Now your shirt messed up.
Like I'm not.
You got an egg that don't look like an egg no more.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Turn the egg into a Greek letter.
So, what was I about to go into? So actually high school, so the topic of this video is going to be a little bit about life after high school, right? So going into this clothing brand, I know you got that up and running, you're designing now, which is great. And I assume you're going to go like drop a collection soon, or are you doing like a single one soon?
I usually try to do one thing at a time, because they sell, but they don't sell like that. I'll sell the first 10 the day it drop.
Mm-hmm.
Then that next 15 gonna be there for like a month or two, like. So I try to just do one thing at a time. I don't want to have a bunch of stuff then be broke. Can't do nothing with it, like can't promote it or nothing, like. So I just do one item at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Preview it on the Instagram. Story views go up every time. Like I get story views. Like the views on my story go up so much when I post my designs. Like everybody wants to swipe up and fire emoji, all that. But when it's time to drop,
say you gonna support it.
Yeah, I'm hitting DMs. Oh, bro, you said save you one. What's up? Like nothing. It's weird. So like just one piece at a time.
We getting that too though, especially with this podcast.
Yeah.
Like you got people who saying, yeah, it's a good idea, we support it, but it ain't showing. And then we got people who want to come on and stuff like that, but when it's actually time to make it happen, nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
So it's like we try to target our friend group, or we try to target people who we know, but I'm coming to realization that target audience that we're seeking and that we thinking that's gonna be easy to support ain't really there to support. Like they support it, but they really support it from a distance. Because it don't take much. Like with us, it don't take much to follow the Instagram. It don't take much to subscribe to the YouTube channel or just watch the video or something like that. Because at the end of the day, I feel like we're in a society where we all can eat, and it's like only time they really want to start supporting you is when you up. So your biggest support system is people who don't even know you. So who is your target audience though that you really try to sell to? Because I know you say you got you'll sell 10, right? Just like that, and I'm assuming that it's mostly like friends that.
It's not even like it's people that know me from Instagram or something. They know me from my shoes. I got shoes that look like fish, like slides. They see me in school wearing that one time. They might find my Instagram, follow me. It's those people, like the people that don't know my real name. Mm-hmm. I'm talking like I was talking to this girl in the hallway, and one of the people she was walking with, he looked familiar, but we see people every day in the hallway. Yeah. And he was like, "Oh, it's Lil Chetta," and I just looked at him like, who are you? Why are you calling me that? I don't even know this dude. I don't know his name, none of that. He just called me that. So it was like, he was one of the first people to buy the hat. Like, he was kind of mad when he found me at the end of one lunch because he said he was looking for me the whole time. And he was kind of upset that he couldn't find me. Like, that was the first dude to buy a hat. First dude to put it on and everything. Like, I still don't even talk to him like that. That's not my friend for real. My main friends don't got crispy hats like that. So, it's weird how it's the strangers supporting you, like not even a stranger, but like the extended people in your life, True,
because I mean, especially friends and even close people to you, they just usually expect something for free or something like that, right? They say, "Oh, we're friend discount, we're the sales." I knew you for a long time, but then if it's strangers, they look at it, they relate to the product or whatever it may be. Maybe they like the design. At that point, they're like, "Okay, maybe I should check them out," right? And then once they see that quality, especially you being, quality heavy, they'll definitely like support you, right?
Yeah.
Even if they don't know you, then that's when they're like, okay, let me find out more about it. But friends, they just, I know you, just give me a discount, that's it.
Literally.
That's when you gotta separate your business from your friendships and relationships that you got, and then your friends gotta see that, okay, this is a business, and they gotta treat it as if they was to start it, how would they want it to be ran, or what type of output would they be seeking? But we already know we ain't gonna really get that right now. So it's best to just, your target audience is people you don't know. Like, I don't know how many times every day I go out every day I leave my dorm room, I'm promoting the podcast. As soon as I wake up, I'm talking about the podcast. Like, this is the podcast. This is our purpose. Like, we started because of this. We started because of that. Like, come on the podcast. Come do this. Come do that. But I'm getting, I don't know, or I like it, but you ain't showing that you like it because you're not even commenting that you like it or something like that. And no disrespect to him, but we got somebody who somewhat close to us now that we had met through college who just watched the video in the beginning, said he liked that part and made his day, but ain't even finished the video. So it's like, you liking what we do, but the video won't as entertaining as you was expecting, so now you like, I can't watch it no more? Like, why you just finish the video if you was already watching it then? Just like with friends and clothing brands, you like this brand, so why you not buying it? You expecting me to give you a handout, and the handout ain't gonna always be there. At the end of the day, I got a business that I got to run. I got places where I'm trying to be. So I can't just treat you a certain way and then treat everybody else different. People I don't know.
Sometimes I post something up on my story and somebody swipe up, oh, that's trash. What's wrong with it though? Yeah. If you're not gonna finish the video, at least what should we do? At least say something. Nobody gonna listen to you if we don't agree, but like say it if you gonna like.
Yeah, exactly.
It's weird. I get some insight if you see something and you supposed to be a friend of mine or a supporter. You follow me on my Instagram, bro. Swipe up and say something. What's wrong with it? Don't say it's plain. All 50 hats got one letter on it. What you mean it's plain? Like, like give me some.
Like constructive criticism too.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Not a lot of people do that. I mean, one thing. Some people are scared to be like direct. Like they just come up to you. I don't like this because such and such. They're just like, oh no, I don't want him thinking some way of me, right, or whatever. But then like other people, they're very direct with it. Or like you said, they just swipe up saying trash, right? Trash. Why? Is it you don't like it, or is it because you don't support me doing what I'm doing?
Yeah.
So at that point, it's just, and then going back to watching part of the video, it's like, okay, you told me it was great, but like you didn't even finish the video. If it's great, are there things that we should change? No. And we shot a video for someone else too, and I mean, it was a great video. He said it was phenomenal, but like, where's the feedback?
Yeah.
You know? Especially as oh my bad. Go ahead.
I was gonna just add to what you were saying, because he just told me the story today, and I kind of like questioned, because it was like, he had asked, he was like, can you do this for me? Because I see what y'all got going on. And I talked to him, because I tried to get him on the podcast, and I was like, just come on. And he hit me with, okay, I need this from y'all, but it's like, now that we gave you the finished product, you treat us like we just some strangers, or we just different. Like, you telling me how he walked into the car, dude walked right past him, and then just gonna say, oh, that's the dude who made my video. So now that's just some dude that just made your video, but you the ones who came to us, and we gave you the idea that we had in our head to help you make a good video for your campaign. Right.
That's weird. Yeah, that's weird behavior. Weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a weirdo.
Not throwing shade on anybody too. It's just like, it's just a reality at that point. Like at least say something, you know.
Yeah.
But regardless, though, you know that it is what it is, though.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
But I mean, talk to us a little bit about how was high school for you? How was the high school experience? I know you said you hate school, but like, how was it during high school? How was it after?
I went to Bayside Middle, and I went to Salem High School. And the only reason I went to Salem was because I thought it was a white school. And if I went there, I'd get on sports teams easier. I got inspired by an episode of Everybody Hates Chris. That's what happened to him. So I was on that type timing. I get there, look just like Bayside. It's just the people, they act a little different. That's it. The demographic the same. And I was disappointed when I seen that. Then I go to my classes. I was in band class in middle school. I took band in high school because my middle school band teacher told me that they got a spring trip over there. I get over there, ain't no spring trip. So I took band for the spring trip. I was passionate about playing my instrument at first, but then I can't really play my instrument for real. Like, I know the keys, but I'm not confident enough to press them while I'm looking at them. I can't read music for real. I was in band and I had important parts in music, but I just learned those parts. I didn't learn how to play the music.
For sure. That's one player, right?
You said what?
You use that one player, right?
Yeah.
Are you still good with it?
Nah, I don't.
Can you hit a quick riff?
If I had a sax, maybe, but no, probably not.
That's for sure.
And I just hated my classes. I hated my classes every day. I would go home and try to convince my mom to let me drop out.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't going. She was like, you got to at least graduate high school. I know you don't want to go to college, but you got to at least graduate high school. So the first year was just real bad for me. I ain't know nobody there. I had no friends for real. And I wasn't trying to do no schoolwork. Like, I hate certain things about schoolwork.
Oh, you good, keep going.
All right. I don't like vocabulary words. They have you writing them out, go to the back of the book and write the definition, then write a sentence about it, then draw a picture and all this other stuff. Like, I'm not into all the extra work. Like, just give me the information I need to get. I'm not trying to, like, where's the test at? I'd rather just take a test. Like, that was my attitude in school. And I wanted to take tech ed so I could get close with the teacher and he could teach me how to make stuff by hand and I could just do that in class instead of the actual class.
Mm-hmm.
So I took tech ed in 10th grade because I couldn't drop band in 9th grade. Also, I took French too, and I failed French with like a 23 for the year. Like, I was in there chilling. The teacher was cool, kind of. She was mean, but she was cool and she wasn't teaching. So, like, just chilling in there I didn't do nothing. Then the next year, you saw what?
Did you learn the word?
Bonjour, Je m'appelle. That means like my name, Je m'appelle. Benoit, that was my French name.
Mm.
But that's about it.
Hey, I mean, that's more than me.
Really, I mean, I took Spanish. But Spanish in high school was just simple because we spoke English in class all day. So,
bro, you speaking Spanish, that's a whole nother level.
Say
something.
Me gusta baloncesto. That means I like basketball.
Wait, what was the last word?
Baloncesto.
What's not the word for basketball?
You got baloncesto and you got basketball. You got both.
So he knows his stuff. I was just checking on him. Okay.
I know that. You know, I ain't pay attention.
Okay.
That was at the basis though. I learned that 9th grade, and I stuck with that throughout the 4 years I had in high school.
Mm-hmm.
All I need to know is I played basketball. That's all I did. That's what you like, basketball.
There you go.
What you doing today? Playing basketball.
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you good. But only reason I was even in that English class because in middle school they told us that you needed it. I get there and they's like, you only need it for the advanced. I'm like, oh, I'm doing the bare minimum. I'm dropping this class. So the next year, I took tech ed, but it wasn't even tech ed. It was called Tech Foundations. In that class, you choose what you learn. You pick at the beginning of the year what your project gonna be, and you teach yourself about that the whole year, and you work on your project.
Mm-hmm.
So I took that class, and it ended up being exactly what I was gonna take tech ed for, to get close with the teacher and have him teach me how to do stuff by hand, so I could just do that instead of the actual work.
Mm-hmm.
And that actually ended up being what the class was. So the first year I made a smoker out of a file cabinet, smoker like a grill.
Mm-hmm.
The bottom cabinet, you put all the coals or the wood or whatever you're gonna use, and each drawer has a shelves in it where you put the meter or whatever you're smoking on.
Mm-hmm.
And I made that in school. Everybody knew about it. You know, it was cool. The news almost came, but the teacher was hating on me. He said I needed to finish it. It didn't look nice or whatever. But I still talk to him. That's my guy right now. That's my man. Know me for real. He older than me, so I still call him my teacher. Like, I still say Mr. Board to him.
Yeah.
But, like, he's like a friend, like a homie. We talk, like, you know. So that was cool. But then when COVID hit, that changed everything. Like, quarantine was like, it was cool, but it wasn't cool. Like, we started to miss school, but I didn't miss school because of the work or the teachers. It was just like the people, the peer group. Like, graduation day was like a sad day for me too. Like, even though I hated school, I knew that I was losing this peer group that I had and established these last 4 years. And even before that, some people from Bayside was at Salem, you know, so like this whole 13, 14 years I've been in school with these same people. And then now everybody leaving, like we all going to different colleges and doing different things with their life. So it was a real sad day for me because I had that realization. And I didn't really care about graduating anyway. Like, I was never like a school person. So then once school was the thing I needed to make me want to do all the other stuff I wanted to do, like the brand and the smoker and all that other stuff. I hated school so much, I needed a distraction, and that was the distraction. Mm-hmm. So when I graduated, I wasn't thinking about none of that stuff. I was just like, I need to figure out what life is really about. You know, It's not, none of that stuff in school mattered. You don't get it. Like, not the grades, but like the social life, you know, like stuff you think matters. These girls, this girl, these people you thought you was your friends, they're not really your friends. Like, none of that stuff matters. What you, who you messing with, who you not messing with, like stuff like that. When school ended, I was trying to figure out like what really mattered to me. Like, what am I gonna do for the next? Because we're not even halfway a path. Like, they say 50 is like your halfway point for life. We're not even halfway there. So it's like halfway to 50. We're not even halfway to 50. So why am I gonna be rushing to do something? I wanted to take my time and try to figure out what it really is. Cause I didn't know. I still don't. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like? I mean, I know I just heard you say that you still don't know yet, but do you feel like you come into realization to what it is, like exactly like what you like, or I wouldn't even say your purpose, but it's like I don't even want to say your calling either. What should I say? What's the word, Sean?
Your passion.
Your passion.
No, not really. Everything I was doing in school, I realized it was just a distraction for me. I don't really like none of that stuff. Like basketball, I love basketball, but not because it's fun. It's not fun to me. This is like war to me. It's not fun until we winning or we scoring. Mm-hmm. And if my team suck, it's not fun until I'm scoring. You know, like, or at least until somebody on the court acknowledges that I'm putting in work. Like, yeah. Until then, it's not fun. Like, this is, you know, this is a competition. Like, it's not. To me, it was never fun. I never, like, laughing for me is fun. You see what I'm saying? Like. So I don't know what my passion is. I like to design, but I don't do that. I don't wake up and like, well, let me hop on the computer and design. Like, I don't wake up and like, let me do this because this is what I like to do. I don't have that thing right now.
I mean, if you put it like that, then you can say most people don't have a passion then. Because I feel like I have a passion for cooking, but not every day do I wake up saying I want to make this gourmet meal or something like that, or I want to make something that I haven't made before, start something from scratch, maybe from the ground up, create my own sauce or something like that. But I do know that when I'm doing it, I'm enjoying it. That's how I feel like. That's how I know it's my passion. Just like because I thought at one point I thought basketball was my passion, but at the same time I realized basketball. I mean, a sport, to be honest, is not even really my passion. I think it's the fact that I'm physically active and I know I can do something. The fact that because I like going to the gym a lot and I like lifting weights and stuff like that, but I know that's a sense of, it distracts me and it brings a sense of happiness. So I feel like what a passion does is it brings you a sense of happiness or a feeling of happiness and enjoyment to the point where it's like you can do it at any cost. So do you feel like you have that?
No.
So you just try out new things?
Yeah, I'm very curious. I'm interested in a lot of stuff. I want to learn about it at least if I'm not going to do it. But my passion is like I love my parents a lot. Like that's about it. That's what gets me out of bed. Mm-hmm. Really, to be honest with you, I don't really do nothing. I've been taking a break trying to figure out what I want to do, so I don't rush into anything. And I've just been chilling. And if it's something that my parents need done, then I'm gonna get up and handle that. Yeah. And like if they need money, or if I got a ticket, running the light or something, it's my dad whip, so it's gonna go to him. I gotta pay for that, then I'm gonna go get that money real quick, or whatever I need to do to help them out. Like. My dad older, he like 73, so watching him, helping him out, mm-hmm. Like that's like real important to me. But that's about it. Like other than everything else, I don't really matter. Like I stopped caring. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't care about a lot of stuff. It's just like it's a whatever thing. I had court the other day. I find you guilty. It was a little whatever thing. Just walked out. Like it was cool. Like. It's not cool though, because I had another one. They about to take my license once I take this little 8-hour class, and I don't know where to even find those at. So that might be a little whatever thing too. They take my license, I'll be on the bike again. But I don't know. I just don't care about nothing like that much,
Yeah, no, that's a valid feeling honestly, because even now, like a lot of people will try to sway you to think otherwise, but some things like that might not matter to you because you might have a certain mentality that gets you places, while other people, if they think that way, it gets them in the wrong situation. Yeah. And so, I mean, how would you handle, especially for the viewers out there who might have a fixed mindset, but someone else is trying to change it, how would you sort of suggest to them, to keep that mindset, to keep it firm, always stay on their own path?
Question everything. Like, you got to question yourself, question the people who's telling you what they want to tell you. You got to make sure I feel like you should question if you're even thinking right.
Mm-hmm.
I do that all the time. Like, when I'm not talking, I'm thinking about if I said the right thing, or if I'm thinking the right way, if I'm doing this the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And not the right way because of what everybody else thinks, but for me, like, do I feel good doing this? Is this right? If you don't want to get up out the bed, you want to sleep, bro. There's something wrong, which, we just figure that out. Like, that's what I'm doing every day. Like, that's what I'm thinking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that if someone's coming to you and telling you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to listen to what they saying, but also look at what they doing. Are they taking their own advice?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't let somebody who's sad come tell me, like, bro, you need to do this, this, and this.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you sad. I want to be happy. Your advice ain't, you know what I'm saying? You might throw some dimes in there, but most of that probably ain't going to be too much of what I'm trying to hear right now. We focus on two different things. I feel like if at that point, if the advice isn't helping you be you in a better way,
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like if you're going to come over here and try to give me advice, it should be advice that's going to help me be the person I already am, but in a better way. Or
Mm-hmm.
the person that I am, help me be the person that I am in the world the way that the world is. If you're going to give me some advice. That's how I feel about people with fixed mindsets,
That's a wonderful gem right there, though.
A lot.
Yeah.
Kind of just had me in thought a little bit.
No, honestly.
See, it almost put tears in your eyes.
I'm about to cry too, dang, man. But I think that's a little great point for us to, like, sort of wrap up there too. Because right now I think a lot of people do struggle with having a fixed mindset, but then not being able to either adapt to their environment or adapt to whatever they're going through, because they always thought, oh, this is the way I should be going, right? Especially take what's a good example? What's a good example of someone who might have a fixed mindset that might hurt them?
That might hurt them?
Yeah.
I don't really want to throw him out there, but we know somebody who's in posse, who I feel like has a fixed mindset a little bit, especially when it comes to feeling like, shout out to him, and most of y'all probably know I'm talking about who I'm going to say right now because y'all didn't watch our previous video. But he has this fixed mindset that he has to give back to his people. Like, he has to give back to his people based off the situation that he grew up in, coming from Africa to his parents sacrificing what they had going on over there to come here, to give him a better life. So he has that mindset where he have to give back. Like, he have to, otherwise it wouldn't be right.
But yeah, no. I mean, things like that, though, yeah. Definitely taking your advice there. I think a lot of people will definitely really relate to that, and also even might be life-changing at that, too. But, I mean, with that being said, first of all, I just want to thank you for being on here, too, taking your time with us, just chatting with us, dropping some gems, too.
I love them.
Yeah. And to sort of wrap up and what we do at the end of every episode, I'm going to let Adrian handle that. Adrian, tell them.
All right, so what we do at the end of the episode, we always ask our guests to come on, or whoever came on, and just say, throughout the whole discussion that we didn't have today, what is something that you want to leave the viewers? It can be anything, range from something funny, you can throw it in a joke, you can throw it in the gym, just let them know, what do you want them to take from this video?
I feel like the world is, especially in America, low key, but the world, because America is the leader. They set the trends for pop culture a lot of the times, and pop culture usually runs and sways the world, whatever's politics and all that stuff. So I feel like if in America people think it's a competition with everybody, but I feel like if you only compete with yourself, your past self, or what you've been through and all that stuff, you only try to get better with you and try to think about how you could, if you getting older and you look back at yourself and you cringe thinking about all the stuff you did, then I feel like you're growing enough to where you change and you don't have to worry about what other people think about you and competing with other people and stuff like that. Nobody really matters. Nobody knows what happens after this. Well, you all got our beliefs and stuff like that, but nobody really know. And you should just focus on trying to enjoy yourself while you're here, I feel like. Because you don't know when you're leaving, you don't know what coming next. A bunch of questions that about existence that kind of make everything else not matter. So you just focus on yourself and whatever, being happy or whatever. I don't know. My mind just be going. I say stuff. I don't even think I answer most of y'all questions properly.
No, you did. Yeah.
I mean,
that was a great point.
Like I tell people all the time, you answer the question how you want to answer the question. We're not here looking for no specific answer because this is something that you want to talk about. This is something that you have a lot to talk about. So as long as you feel like you got your point across, then that's all that matters. At the end of the day, we're not looking for nothing specific or something that we thinking that you should say. It's all about what you say at the end of the day. But like you said, we feel like this is a good wrapping up point. And like you said, we appreciate you for coming on because like we always say, you don't have to do this, but you took the time out your day to come do this, and we really appreciate the support. But make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what other topics y'all want to listen to. Let us know who y'all want to see next. If y'all want us to bring somebody on, just let us know. If you want to come on, shoot us a DM on our Instagram at F.L.O.E Podcast. Make sure you follow my boy Lil Chetta at Lil_Chetta, right? At Lil_Chetta and yo
Crispy_brand.
Crispy_brand. Make sure y'all go support that as well. And like I always say, man, y'all know the vibes. I'm Adric. This is Sham. This is Lil Chetta. We out, man. Peace.
We're not done yet though, because we forgot one last point, which was the giveaway.
Giveaway.
So giveaway. Right now, drop it. If you want a piece of the merch, hit the subscribe button. As soon as we get to what? 100 subscribers?
100 subscribers.
100 subscribers. As soon as we hit 100 subscribers, one of you will go through the list, or whoever it may be, one of the followers. If you're one of those, you're going to win a t-shirt. We're probably going to drop some more merch soon, so be open to that. We'll post some pictures, some photo shoots, so be ready for that. Any last words?
That's it, man. Y'all already heard it, man. Just stay tuned for the merch because it's coming. It's going to come real fast, and we're trying to come. It got a lot of big things that we got in stores, a lot of things that's in the ropes that y'all don't even know about yet. So just stay tuned for it. And like I always say, man, y'all know the vibes, and we out again. We out here.
Peace. That's solid. Why is it so quiet?
Yeah.